Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Getting Started with TradeStation class. Today, we're going to highlight the mobile app and some of its functionality. Some of the things you can do in there. I feel like the mobile app is one of. Oh, let me just mute my. Something's going on here. Oh, sorry. I had one of my computers unmuted, so I was getting feedback on my earphones. So sorry about that. As I was saying, we're going to highlight the mobile app and show you some of the functionality that's in there, and some of the things you can do, which I think it's a mobile app that's very robust. So if you haven't tried the mobile app yet, I'm going to encourage everyone that has a TradeStation account to go to your phones, install the TradeStation mobile app because it's a very nice complement to everything you're doing on TradeStation. And I'll explain a little bit more about that later. So thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me some of your time and learn a little bit about the TradeStation platform. This is an opportunity for you to ask questions about the mobile app. We do a follow-up session at 11:30 a.m. That's Eastern time, where we open up the floor for Q&A. So you're welcome to ask questions about anything related to TradeStation. I have my colleague here, Michael Tibbetts. He's also going to be joining us during the presentation. And if there's any information that he can share with us, we'll cue him in. But in the Q&A, he'll be an active participant and answer questions as well. So let's welcome him as well here in the class. A couple of things that I wanted to say before I start on the mobile app. And I see a few people connecting on YouTube and a few people here on You Can Trade. Thank you for becoming a member of You Can Trade. Let's go through some of the disclosures before we jump over to the topic of today's presentation. Keep in mind that every symbol and idea that I talk about is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations of TradeStation. It's only for educational purposes. Also keep in mind that active trading is not suitable for everyone. And this is more so when you're trading options which carry a higher degree of risk. And when we talk about historical performance, which we're not going to do today, this is no guarantee of future results. For anybody that would like to read more about these disclosures, go to tradestation.com and you'll find all the disclosure information there. All right, let me tell you a little bit about what we're doing at You Can Trade. TradeStation is the host of two different channels on You Can Trade. If you haven't gone to youcantrade.com, again, I'm encouraging everyone to do so. I do see people already connected on the platform, so we do appreciate your membership. But one of the channels is the Getting Started channel, which is, this class is an example of what we do in the Getting Started. We meet there every single Wednesday for now. The schedule is subject to change. And I do, I want to make sure that you guys are aware that when you go to the Getting Started channel, there is a box at the bottom that gives you the schedule. So it is subject to change, and just keep an eye on when the classes are changing, if they are. For the most part, if there's going to be a change, I usually tell people, hey, just watch out. The class is moved, or we're going to have an extra session or so forth. But right now, we're meeting every single Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning. Usually, we highlight one of our platforms. We have many of them. We have, the desktop. We have web trading, mobile app, which we're doing today, Option Station Pro, Futures Plus. So every Wednesday we highlight one of our platforms, and it's an opportunity for you to see what TradeStation is all about and the things that we're offering all our clients. So make sure that you join us every Wednesday. It's a free class, and it just gives you a demonstration of what the platform can do. When you're ready to take your TradeStation knowledge to the next level, of course, we have the TradeStation Masterclass. This is more in depth. We dive deeper into TradeStation's technology. We also show you, some presentations on technical analysis, on strategy trading, on easy language programming. So some of the things that you're probably not very versed on, we make it a class, some sort of workshop, and we help you with everything you're trying to accomplish so that you can customize your TradeStation platform and make it the way that you want it to be. And every class is archived. And we're meeting there every single day live. So you have daily opportunities just to meet the instructors and ask any questions you have on the TradeStation platform. So again, if you haven't checked out the content inside of the masterclass, make sure you visit us at youcantrade.com. That's the website, and you'll find the masterclass content there. Give it a look. And if it's something you want to keep, I mean, you can subscribe. You're welcome to subscribe. Okay. So thank you guys for that. I'm done with the announcement. So let me jump over to my TradeStation presentation. Today, I'm going to be doing TradeStation Mobile. So let me go here to this other computer and share this screen. Before that, I need to stop this one. Okay, let me go here to this other one. Okay. So for privacy, it seems like my Zoom, it's being blocked here. Let me just try something here. Hold on. Just give me a moment. I think I can do this quickly. All right, and so let's see. Let's try it now. Okay, I think it's working now. Okay, great. Let me close this and close this. Okay, everybody can see my screen. I'm showing the mobile app. Okay, hopefully you can see it there. One of the things that I usually do in this mobile presentation is that I show, my iPhone and my Android. I'm pretty sure that you guys are aware, maybe you're not aware if you're just joining us, but I did move recently and my Android is somewhere in a box in this whole mess that I have here in my office. And I couldn't find it on time for this presentation. So guess what? We're just going to be looking at the iPhone. So I'm sorry for anyone that's using an Android, but that's not so much because, and I'll tell you why. The mobile apps are very similar. So what we're showing here on the iPhone, you're probably, or I'm going to say most likely, are going to find on the Android. So even though you don't look or you don't see an Android right here on my screen, don't feel like this is not the class for you because you can follow along. Whenever there are differences in some of the menus or the location of certain functionality, we'll make sure to point it out so that you know exactly where to go. But I want everybody to grab their phones, open up their mobile apps, and if you haven't installed the mobile apps on your phone, go to the App Store and install it. You go to the App Store on an iPhone, and on Android, you go to the Google Play Store. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Play Store. And you just search for TradeStation. The TradeStation mobile app uses the same username and password that you use on the TradeStation desktop, and that makes it very convenient. You don't have to remember another username and password combination. And one of the benefits, one of the biggest benefits of using the mobile app is that you can take it anywhere you go. It's mobility. If you're keeping track of your positions or keeping track of any orders that you have open, having the flexibility of carrying your TradeStation platform in the palm of your hand, I think it's a great benefit. And everyone should, make sure that they become familiar with the mobile app just in case you're on the road and you need to access your account. And maybe you need to close a position or put in an order. You heard something while you're not in front of your computer. You're always ready to access your account using the mobile app. And that's one of the greatest benefits. Okay, let me go ahead and resize some of the applications here because I want to make sure that I see the chat on both platforms. I'm seeing it here on You Can Trade, and I'm also seeing it here on YouTube. So for anybody that's connected on YouTube, you can also ask questions. One thing that I do ask everyone to keep in mind is that if you have questions on other platforms like the desktop, OptionStation Pro, or web trading, that you join us on our Q&A at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The Q&A, by the way, only happens on You Can Trade. So that's a class that we don't stream over to YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and you haven't been to You Can Trade, it's an opportunity to go there, join the Q&A at 11:30, and that way get your questions answered during the class. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on the mobile presentation. When you open up the mobile app, you're going to have, I believe this is the default page that the mobile app opens up in. It's like a quotes list. It doesn't have as many symbols as the one that I'm showing you to you because this is a customized list of symbols that I've created. You have the ability to customize your symbols as well. Let me put my glasses on so that I can see my phone screen. In order for you to add symbols, all you need to do is look at the top right corner and you see a plus and a pencil. The plus, of course, allows you to add a symbol, and the pencil allows you to edit the list of symbols you have there. Same buttons appear on Android. By the way, most of the time I usually ask the audience what type of phone they're using so that I can have an idea on how the class is split up. Most of the time is half and half. So if you have an opportunity, can you put in the chat either iPhone or Android? And we'll keep a counter and see how many people are using Android versus iPhone. Okay, so we have on You Can Trade, we have 2 iPhones, 2 Androids. I don't see any responses yet on YouTube. By the way, in order for you to chat on YouTube, I believe you have to sign in, have a channel on YouTube. You don't have to upload any videos to YouTube, but you need to have an account on YouTube in order to chat. So again, 3 iPhones, 2 Androids right here on YouTube. I mean, on You Can Trade, an extra Android right here on YouTube. So Android, Android, Android. So it seems like Android is winning the battle in this presentation. All right. So usually it's like that. Most people use Android versus iPhone. But if you guys have your Android with you, open up the application, follow my prompt through the functionality, and you'll see how the environment it's very similar. I'll point out the differences. And I have here, Michael Tibbetts with me. He uses an Android too. And for anything that I like some clarity, I'll ask him to give us some information on that. Okay. So we have the list of symbols. I'm going to add something that I probably don't have a position on. I say probably because I haven't checked my list of positions. I recently, did a presentation for an institutional trader, and I kind of went crazy opening positions. I have like 50 open positions in my TradeStation at this moment, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and see. I'm going to tap on the plus, and I'm going to look for, let's look for GE. Okay, GE is General Electric. Notice how the mobile app has this very cool search functionality that allows you to enter letters or even the description of the company you're looking for, and it has all the results that match whatever you typed in, which is very cool because sometimes, we don't remember the symbol or the acronym of a particular corporation, or sometimes we do know the symbol, but we don't know what the name of the company is. So whichever it is, you can just type in whatever it is that you remember, and it'll match everything from our database. You can see that GE is at the very top. It says General Electric. I'm just going to tap on it. And you see that it gets added at the bottom of my list. At the top of my quotes list, let me see if I can point to it right here at the top. Usually, right here. It says my quotes. The mobile app has this ability for you to create multiple lists of symbols so you can keep things organized. In a small screen like a mobile phone, it's you have to keep things tidy, and you cannot have those extra long lists that you have in Radar Screen. Like, sometimes you have 100, 300 symbols. Sometimes keeping that list of symbols right here in a screen this size is going to be a challenge. So make sure that you have here only the symbols that you're actually keeping track of, and group them based on either industry sectors or things that you're doing, maybe long-term, short-term. But let me show you what I mean by that. If I tap on the label that says my quotes, it gives me a list of symbol lists that I've created. The plus and the pencil that you see on the top right now is a way for you to create your own list of symbols or to edit the list of symbols. Well, you can see there are some lists here that come pre-packaged or pre-populated in your mobile app, like Dow 30. I think that's the only one, or maybe that's one that I created. Not sure. Okay, this is one of the things that I probably don't remember. On a fresh installation of the mobile app, I'm not sure if you have any custom symbol lists, but you have the ability to create your own and keep your symbols organized so that you have a quick way to access them and view them without having to scroll on a long list of symbols on a screen that is this size. Okay, perfect. Let's suppose that I want to trade GE. I see it on my list of symbols. I just have to tap on it. I tap on GE, and it takes me to what's called the detailed view. Now, the detailed view, it's interesting because it's all about the symbol that you typed on, that you tapped on. So if I tapped on General Electric, everything that I see in the detail is going to be related to General Electric. So let's go through the tabs here. On iPhone, you're going to see the tabs at the bottom, and they're very clearly visible at the bottom. If you're using an Android, those tabs are going to be at the top. That's one of the main differences between iPhone and Android, the position of the tabs. Android shows them as buttons at the bottom. Android will show them as little tabs at the top of the screen. Make sure you locate them, and if you cannot find them, let us know right here in the chat. But as the tabs are going to be a total of 5. You see the 5 buttons right there on iPhone. Okay, Michael is saying that on Android, so you don't have the plus, but you can create a symbol list by clicking the 3 dots at the top left quote window. Thank you for that, Michael. I should have asked a little bit for a little bit of clarity there. Okay, and then click on Manage Quotes List. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I was saying that the tabs are going to be exclusive to General Electric because that's the symbol that we tapped on. Although at the very top of the screen, you see the symbol GE. And I think this is true also on Android. Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but you see the symbol at the very top of the screen on Android, and I can tap on that symbol to get a quick access to the list of symbols that I had previously. So you don't have to go back to the quotes list in order to switch the symbol. So if I want to switch the symbol to Bank of America, which is right there at the top of my list, I just tap on it, and now all my detailed tabs are based on Bank of America. Let's go to GE, which is the symbol that I wanted to look at. I'm going to go to GE right here. It seems I don't have a position on GE. If I had a position, I think it'll show it right here on the chart. I don't see any position, so let's go ahead and trade GE. I want to trade it. Let me open up the chart a little bit, and by the way, if you're not on the chart view, make sure that you tap on the chart button at the bottom or find the chart button at the top if you're using an Android. The chart is very cool because you can use the pinch and zoom gesture on your hands to zoom in. Like if you're going to be zooming into a picture that we all do all the time on the mobile devices, you do that on the chart to look at more detail and expand the view. And you do the opposite to contract it. You just squeeze or pinch the actual screen, and it'll just reduce the bar spacing for you. So this is a chart of GE. Let me just open it up a little bit. Go over here to the front, and I see that GE is trading at 106.78. I want to be a buyer, but I'm going to put in my limit price at 105. So maybe I'm looking for the price to drop a little bit more, maybe to drop to 105. It's been there before. It was there yesterday, and maybe I'm just looking for a pullback on General Electric to get in. Okay. Before I put in the trade, I want you guys to look at the time frames that are at the bottom of the chart. I'm looking at a daily chart right now. That's why when I said, yeah, GE was 105 yesterday, it's because I'm looking at the candle from yesterday. And how do I know that I'm on a daily chart? Because I looked at the bottom, and you guys see the letter D in blue. So whatever time frame is selected is going to be highlighted in blue. Now, the bottom, or the time frames that you see at the bottom, can be rearranged. And I've rearranged mine, and they're probably in a different order than yours. I'm not sure what the default order is, but you can adjust it. In fact, I think this is true also on Android, but you have a little clock towards the right-hand side, the end of that time frame row, that allows you to access more time frames. So this is more time frames right here. It also, I believe that when you tap on that little clock on Android, a little window pops up. So you don't have this kind of overlay that you find here in iPhone, but you still can access different time frames. And you can see that there is a plus for you to add additional ones and a pencil for you to edit the list. Do you see those two buttons on Android, Mike? Okay, so he says yes. And you're welcome to turn on your microphone too, Michael, anytime if you want to, interrupt me, that's totally fine. So he has the plus on Android, he has the pencil. Tap on the pencil to rearrange them. Here I have a little handle where I can move them around. For example, if I don't want weekly to be my second time frame, I'm just going to grab it and push it down, maybe to the very end of my intraday. Okay, you see that? And then you just tap on the pencil again, and it's done. Mike?
Hi, Jesus. Thanks. So in the Android version, on the very bottom of the frame where the time frame row is, on the bottom right-hand corner, there is a symbol that looks like a clock. If you tap on that clock symbol, you can manage the chart intervals in this window by dragging up or down with your finger. So it is a little different from what you're showing there. So
you're talking about you're talking about the clock that shows right there at the bottom, all the way to the right-hand side, right?
Correct.
So it shows the same, right?
Right, but the other way that you went by clicking that cogwheel.
Yes, correct.
I don't see the cogwheel is only for the chart settings, I think, in the Android version.
Well, I didn't tap on the cogwheel. I tapped on the clock at the bottom right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So that gives you the ability for you to, all right. So it seems like am I still on? Yes, I'm still on. Seems like my application here kind of froze on me. Are you guys able to hear me?
Well, I can still hear you.
Okay. So and some attendees can hear me as well. So yeah, my app just died on me for some reason. Okay, let me start it again. So let me just close it and reopen it.
And so instead of having a pencil, though, to, I guess, move the time frames around in the Android version, on the right-hand side of each interval, there is a kind of like a hamburger menu looking type of thing with an up and down arrow for each interval that if you put your finger on that icon, you can then drag up and down to move the time frames around in a different order.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for that, Mike. Okay, somebody's asking, well, I think they found the function. How do we change the bar chart to candlestick? And I see the comment there. Now I got it. Yes, the style of the chart can be changed. Let's talk about that a little bit. I said that I wanted to place a trade, and I am going to show you how to place a trade. But let's talk a little bit about charting and how to customize this. There's a set of buttons at the top of my chart. There's a little drawing tool button. There's a little send button. There's the cogwheel, and there's a double-headed arrow, which is to maximize the window or the chart view. Most of the time, I don't use the maximize window or the maximize button because the size, it is small, but it's not, it's something that is manageable. The cogwheel gets you the settings of chart analysis. And the send button, if you want to send like a screenshot of the chart to someone, you can use that functionality. I've never used it. But let's go ahead and talk about the buttons that I use and the ones where you find the most features and features that you would probably want to use in charting. First of all, let's click on the cogwheel and you get this set or this menu. I don't think is there a cogwheel in the chart for Android? Because I know that in Android, there's an extra button here, which is the science beaker. The science beaker doesn't show up in iPhone until you tap on the cogwheel. Is that true, Mike?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so the cogwheel in Android gives you additional settings on charting, but you have an extra icon, which is the science beaker, which gives you access to studies, right? And to change the chart style, you go to chart type. Chart type would be something that is in the cogwheel in Android, and that's where you find how to switch the chart from candle to a bar chart to a line chart or an area chart. Give those a try. I find them very interesting. You'll probably find something that you like and that you didn't know was part of the mobile app, all right? If I wanted to add studies, I just go back to the cogwheel. In Android, you would just have to tap on the science beaker, and it gives you the list of studies that are available on the mobile app. One thing to keep in mind is that you're not going to find the full list of studies you have on the TradeStation desktop. So even though we do our best to give you advanced technical studies here on the mobile app, it's not going to be the complete list that you find on the desktop. You're also not going to find easy language or custom easy language studies here yet. Not sure if eventually, developers and product managers will add that functionality to the mobile app, but for now, it's not possible. Okay, so let me just add a study so you can see how you can modify it on the screen. I'm going to click on Add Study. I get studies at the very top. The very top of the list are going to be studies that we call upper studies. Upper studies are the ones that go on top of the candles. And if I scroll down, then I see another list that is sorted alphabetically that is called lower studies. Those are the ones that go in a separate subgraph. So let me give you an example. On the upper studies, let's see, I'm going to use Bollinger Bands, tap on it, and you can see how the Bollinger Bands go right on the screen without any delay. I mean, there's a little calculation delay. But if I wanted to add a study at the bottom, let me go back here to the cogwheel, add studies, and I'm going to add for example, something like the MACD. And the MACD gets added right there at the bottom of the screen. So upper studies on top of the candles, lower studies on a separate subgraph. Parameters can also be changed here, which is pretty cool because you have flexibility on changing, the length of moving averages or the standard deviations on that Bollinger Band. All you need to do is tap on the name of the actual study that appears right there on the chart. So I'm going to tap on Bollinger Band, and it gives me access to the menu for the Bollinger Band, where you see the parameters for the standard deviations, the length, and you can even remove it from here. Okay, so I'm going to tap on Done here. And the same applies to MACD. I can tap on it and access the colors, the length, and so forth. On Android is the same feature. You tap on the name of the study, and it should give you access to some of the settings. Okay, so Michael says that for some reason he's not seeing his orders on the chart. And he only sees open orders. Well, James, I think those are the only orders that show up, the ones that are open. I'm not sure what type of orders were you trying to see.
I think he was referring to like a position.
Oh, the position.
So like once the order gets filled, will there be some kind of line represent? Like how in the platform there's a yellow line that represents your position where you got filled at relative to other things on the chart?
For sure. If you're looking for position information, yes, the mobile app is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to show that line that you see on the desktop. Let me remove my studies so that I can concentrate here on a trade and not have any clutter on my chart. Let's say that that example that I started off with, let's say that we wanted to buy 100 shares of GE at 105. I can use my finger and tap on the chart and notice that you get this little data tips window with a button that says trade at 104.86. The 104.86 is precisely the price that I tapped on. I find from personal experience that trying to get your price at exactly what you want using your finger is kind of challenging. I'm not really precise on the tip of my finger. So sometimes I find it challenging to select the price from here. It doesn't really matter because once you tap here and you tap on the big button that says trade at 105.07, it'll still take you to the order ticket and you can make adjustments there. So rather than using, this data tips window that has a trade at 105.07 right now, I usually just tap on the trade button at the very top because it takes you to the exact same order ticket for you to make modifications to the order before it is submitted. So I'm just going to tap on trade at the very top right, and it takes me to the order ticket. And this looks a little bit different than the one on Android. The reason for it is because, well, I think some additional development has been done on the iPhone side. I haven't looked at the Android side in maybe 2 months, so I'm not sure if they've done any progress there yet. But you see on iPhone at the very top, you can select the action, either buy or sell. On Android, the difference is that at the bottom, you have the two buttons to either buy or sell. Is that still true, Mike?
Yeah, so you still have the options to buy or sell, but on Android, they're at the bottom. I can send you a screenshot if you like.
No, it's
But
totally fine. It's totally
yeah,
fine
so it's
because I
at
know
the
what it looks like.
bottom, and
Okay, so
the only other difference is that your position will, if you have a position, it'll show in the top right-hand corner
yep,
as
same
well.
here, same here. I don't have a position on GE, so that's why I don't show any position on GE. But yeah, if it looks a little bit different, it's not that much different. Just make sure that you find your way around and know exactly where to place the order. The action buttons that you see right here on the top, where I can switch from buy to sell, like I'm doing right now, uh, those are separated as buttons on Android at the bottom. So you have to choose the button that corresponds to the action you want to take. I'm going to set it on buy. I'm going to say 100 shares. And I did say that I wanted to buy these at 105. I'm not sure if GE will drop to 105 today. So I'm going to change the duration also. Let me go here to duration. I'm going to change it to GTC so that if it doesn't get filled today, maybe it'll have an opportunity to get filled tomorrow at 105. Okay. And once I'm ready, I just review my order right there, the blue button at the bottom. If you're on Android, you would just tap on buy. It takes you to this confirmation window. So I'm seeing, yeah, you're buying 100 shares of GE at a price of 105, and I'm going to send the order. Okay. And I'm just going to tap OK there, and the order gets sent. The nice thing about the mobile app as well is that it shows you your open orders. As James was pointing out, I see my buy order right there as a blue flag, and you see the dotted line going across so you can see what price your order is sitting at. I can take my finger and tap on that on that blue flag. That's a combination of blue and flag, the flag. So I can tap on that blue flag and move it to different locations. So let's suppose that I want to improve my chances of getting filled, and I want to move that order to 106. I'm going to tap on the blue flag. I'm going to try to raise that order to 106. I'm not sure if you guys see that in action. And I'm going to try to drop it at 106. Do not stress out about not selecting the right price. Why not? Because as soon as I let my finger go, it still takes me to the order ticket. So you still have an opportunity to edit the order. So, so some of these features are really, really nice. And if you have enough detail in the price scale, maybe it's nice to just tap it and drag it and drop it where you want. But sometimes if the price scale is very tight, you'll have some challenges, dropping it on the price you want. The good thing is that it takes you to the order ticket. As you can see, my limit price is 106. In fact, I was really precise this time, and it dropped it right at 106, so I don't have to make any adjustments. And then I just tap on that green button at the bottom that says replace order. And you see that it's moved to 106. Everybody got that? So when you're using the mobile app, this is another thing that I should have said at the very beginning, and you're learning the functionality, especially the order entry functionality, please connect to your trading simulator so that way you're not putting your capital at risk when you're testing some of these features, okay? I'm going to cancel replace my order again, but this time I'm just going to do a quick tap on the blue flag because it takes you to the order ticket again. So rather than, sometimes rather than moving the flag up and down and trying to be precise as to what price to drop it on, usually I just tap on the flag, it takes me to the order ticket, and I can make the modifications here. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to change the order to market order to get filled right now. So I'm going to replace the order. This is my confirmation. I'm going to send the order, and I'm going to tap on OK. And there we go. So again, I think we pointed this out at the beginning. There's no yellow line like you would see on the TradeStation desktop, although it does tell you some historical trading activity that you bought 100 at market at 106.63. If I wanted to see my position, where do I see my position? Well, position information is at the top. I'm not sure. Let me point it here with my mouse. Right here, you see where it says long 100, and it tells you real-time P&L on the shares that you have. Right now, I'm flat. But if I wanted to take a look at my complete list of positions, I have to go to the main menu of the app. What time is it? Are we running out of time? No, it's 11:07. 11:07, so we're good. We have about, some 10 minutes to go through some functionality. This is one of the things of this class. There's so many things that I want to show you that sometimes I just run out of time. But I'm going to manage my position. So I'm going to go to the main menu of the app, and that is the hamburger menu at the very top left corner. I tap on it, and you're going to find a lot of things here that you're going to want to explore. And I say explore because it's going to be probably not in this class, but I want everybody to go and explore all the different menu items that are here and see what functionality is there. The mobile app was designed in a way to be a little bit intuitive. So it should be very obvious how to do certain things. And if they're not, that's maybe something we need to address with engineering, but that's another conversation to have. But here in the main menu, I can tap on positions, and it'll give me a list of all my open positions, including GE, which I just purchased. So I have Apple, Amgen, American Express, some positions that I opened up in my trading simulator. If I want to take action on GE, I just tap on it. I notice that I get a quick menu from the bottom. I can do a quick close. It's a market order. I can do a quick reverse, taking me from a long trade to a short trade. I can just tap on trade. It'll take me to an order ticket, or I can just tap on chart. It'll take me to a chart. So when I say intuitive, it's exactly that. You look at the menu, oh, this makes sense. I'm just going to cancel out of this. But if I wanted to close it, I could do it. Let's go back here to my quotes. I'm going to go to the hamburger menu and go to quotes, because ideally, you would want to set up a trade that has a profit target and a stop loss. So let me go back in here. Let me use my GE position and try to place a profit target and a stop loss on that. It's a bracket. Now you can do an all-inclusive trade that has an entry with exits. But since I entered first, I have an open position on GE. I'm going to send a bracket as a separate order, which you can do also. So I'm going to go here to, let's see, let's go to GE, to the detail view. Let's see if we can access that functionality from the trade button. I'm going to tap on trade. And one of the things that I want to point out is right now we are on a standard order. Everybody sees that at the very top is a standard order. On Android, you're going to have to find the wording that says standard order, because I believe that on Android, it's a little drop down that allows you to access other types of orders. Here I have, let me point to it. I have standard order right here, and I have OCO OSO, which is what I want to do. I want to tap on OCO OSO. Remember that Android, just find the word standard, tap on it, and it gives you the option to tap on OCO OSO. And notice that it sets my order immediately. I'm not sure if it does that on Android. Mike, can you confirm? I was in the GE. Well, maybe it's because I have a bracket selected here. There's a little drop down. Tell me how it looks here there in Android.
Yes, on Android, if you at the very top from the chart view, very top area of the screen where it goes to I guess a black background color, you should see standard selected, and there's a drop down. From there, you can click on bracket, and it'll automatically populate two orders, which are OCO orders, and one will have a limit price already selected. Mine says 106.83, and then the other one has a market order, a stop market order set at a stop price of 106.63. This was put in automatically. You can click on the pencil to change any one of those, to edit any one of those orders.
Okay,
You'll
perfect. So I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it here on iPhone. On iPhone, I don't have a pencil, but I'm gonna tap on the one that's a limit. It opens up. I think Android, what it does, it takes you to an order ticket. Does it do that? It doesn't open up like this one, right?
correct. It takes you to an order ticket, just like any other order that you'd fill out.
And you make modifications to that order, and then you would have to tap on back in order to go to the other screen, right?
Correct. You would
Okay.
click on done at the top,
Oh,
right?
done at the top. Excellent. Thank you. So here, let's say, for example, that I'm going to set my target at $110. So I change the price. I'm going to change also the duration to GTC because I'm not sure how long it's going to take. And if it's not happening today, I want my order to remain. So GTC target at 110. Here, I just have to tap on the main header for that limit and it collapses again, and tap on the stop market and it expands again. Remember that in Android, you have to tap on done. It takes you back to the menu where you see the two orders. And then you have to tap on the pencil for the stop market order where I'm going to set a stop at 104. So stop at 104. Again, it's going to be a GTC order. And then I'm going to review my orders. Okay, so now I have a, no, this is not a buy order. Take a look. I looked at my confirmation at the very top. It says you're placing a bracket for GE, but it says buy 100 and buy 100. And I'm not buying, I'm selling because I'm long 100. So let me go ahead and tap on the X, and I have to change the direction of the order. Notice that there's two buy orders. I'm going to tap on my limit and I'm going to change the action to sell. Notice that it changes the box to red. And since it's an OCO, it changes both sides. Okay, so make sure that you are aware of that. Make sure that you're checking your confirmations to make sure that the order you're trying to place is exactly the order that you want. I'm going to review the orders and I'm going to send the orders as they are. And take a look at my chart. I can see my two red lines, one at 110 and the other at 104. They're working as an OCO. When one gets filled, the other will get canceled. Okay, let's see. I don't see any questions here so far. If you're saving your questions for the 11:30 session, great. If you just joined recently, make sure that you know that the Q&A session, which starts at 11:30 Eastern time, is on You Can Trade. So you have to go to You Can Trade, become a free member, and look for the Getting Started with TradeStation channel. We'll have an open discussion about TradeStation technology. Before ending the class, I have about 5 minutes. I just want to highlight some features that I like on the mobile app. Looking at the different tabs, summary is just a quick view of what's happening to, in this case, General Electric. Android has that as well. If you go to the news, our news provider is Benzinga. We get news articles right here. You can use your finger to cycle through all the different articles. And I like that feature a lot. And this is all news related items for General Electric. Remember that the detailed view is exclusive to the symbol that you're on. So we don't have a news tab that has everything. No, you have to go into the detail of a symbol. And the news that are here are because they reference General Electric or they're about General Electric. So I have the chart. I've got the matrix. The matrix just lets you see market depth. If you're interested in trading based on how many shares are available on the bid or the ask, you can trade right here. And of course, the tab for options. Some people say, how in the world are you able to trade options or bring up an option chain on a screen this size? Well, this is exactly how you do it. I think it's our designers did a very good job at designing the options view because you have strikes in the middle and pricing on either side, depending on calls and puts. So you can trade options on any underlying right here on the mobile app, which I think is an added benefit. But I don't want to end the class without telling you that if you go to the main menu, you can set up alerts. The alerts, it's right here. The alerts menu, it's something that it's server based, meaning that you can set up an alert and TradeStation will keep an eye on that alert criteria and let you know when the alert is met. So let me give you an example. Let's suppose that I'm going to the alert view. I'm going to tap on the plus. I'm going to enter the symbol in which I want to set up the alert. Let's put it on GE. I want to set up an alert on the last trade-in price, and I want the price to be greater than, let me close this, 109. So maybe 109 because I want to get ready for that target of 110 to be hit. And I just want to take a look at it, to see what's going on. So because I may want to get out earlier at 109 instead of 110. So I want to see how the chart looks. For whatever reason, I want to be alerted at 109. So it says enabled. I tap on create, and this adds an alert for General Electric at 109 or greater. And the functionality in Android should be somewhat similar. So very intuitive. Just find the little buttons you have there in order to create that alert. But now, by adding this alert on my mobile app, that is sent directly to the TradeStation server. And I don't have to keep my application open in order to get alerted. Now, this is new from what you experience on the TradeStation desktop. Yeah, on the desktop, the one you open up on your computer, you know that if you have an alert set up there, you have to have your computer open. It has to be connected to the internet. You cannot shut down TradeStation because if you do that, you lose your alert. Here, we're putting that on the TradeStation server. So if General Electric does trade at 109 or greater, I'm going to be notified. And TradeStation uses your phone's push notification technology to let you know of this. So it doesn't even use it doesn't have to open up the application. It tells you, it just sends you a push notification, similar to the ones you get when you get a text message, when you get an email. These get sent to your screen automatically. Same thing happens here. TradeStation will send you a notification and let you know of what's going on. And better yet, let me go back here to the main menu, and I'm going to go here to the settings view of the application, because if I go into the notification settings, I have mine all turned on, but you have the price and volume, which are the ones you create yourself, but then you have earnings, order status, price movement, IPOs, and market events, which are things that happen all the time, and you would be notified by TradeStation when they happen. How? Using the push notifications as well. So make sure you take a look at that. And that's only because of that. I mean, I would have everyone install TradeStation on their mobile devices so that you can be aware of anything that is happening, not only on a alert that you set up, but also anything that's happening to your account. If you get filled on an order, if you exit out of a position, you just want to be notified of what's happening to your account and keep an eye on your positions and your orders, okay? All right, I think that's it. I'm not gonna go any longer. I mean, I could go on and on about all the features here in the mobile app, but I think we have to get ready for our next class. And I want to appreciate you guys' time and the fact that you joined me today to learn a little bit about the TradeStation technology. Again, we are gonna open up the floor for Q&A at 11:30 a.m., which is in about 10 minutes Eastern time, right here on You Can Trade. So make sure you go to youcantrade.com and look for the Getting Started with TradeStation channel. We'll have a discussion about TradeStation technology and everything that you guys want to know about. Thank you guys for your time, and I hope to see you in a future class. All right, goodbye, everyone.